Yorana, and welcome to FM Tahiti. I hope you're all doing well, and I hope the microphone sounds all right. I had a quick listen to the last episode. I'm kind of recording in a row, so I've no idea what it's going to sound like when it's actually on YouTube, when you guys listen to it. But it sounded all right to me. It didn't sound like it was destroying the microphone too much. It was picking stuff up. But if there is anything kind of odd going on with the sound quality in the microphone, please just drop me a comment. It'd be really, really helpful for me to know if it's too loud, too quiet, if it's dipping in and out, because it's difficult for me to tell because I've already recorded it, in the sense that, you know, I've said stuff, I've done it, I've spent 20 minutes or so recording the episode. When I go back to listen to sections, it's difficult to pick it up as well, because I know what I've said and what's going on. I kind of fill in the gaps as well if there was a bit of an issue. So do let me know if there is anything. I've come back a little bit earlier than I planned. I was going to go a couple of matches, get a little bit deeper into February, hopefully get into the OCL kind of stage. But a couple of things have happened. First of all, the final for the Mutiny Trophy is being scheduled. So we've got that next against Ruritu. We're playing them again, but at least we get to play them at home now. And also the group stage for the OCL has been drawn. So what I'm just going to do this episode is just play the Mutiny Trophy. And then the episode after, we'll get into the group stage of the OCL for Totangegi's debut season in the OCL. It's history-making time for them. I'll show you the group for us at the moment. How am I going to do this? Let's go to the schedule. So since the Eel match, or the Eels match, not the Eel match, that we played against Huahine, which lost 4-2, we then drew against Manuel 1-0, with Tamangara scoring there. It puts us 6th in the Premiership, so after 20 games we are 6 points behind AS Chance. We've got a game in hand over them, but Moria have also got a game in hand over us, and they're 4 points ahead of us. So this title race looks like, unless we can suddenly turn things around in the league, this looks like it's going to slowly get away from us. But we're in Group D for the O League. All the group, shall we? So in Group A, we've got Marist Fire, Nikau, Team Wellington, and Tiger Sport. I imagine Team Wellington will top that with maybe Fire or Sport coming second. We've got Moria in Group B, and again, I'm expecting them to win that one with maybe Amical or probably 30 City Dwellers coming second for that one. Then we've got Group C with AS Magenta, Auckland City, Moala United, and Solomon Warriors. Auckland City should top that group, maybe Magenta and the Warriors coming second. And then we have, hands down, the easiest group. We don't have, obviously, anyone from Tahiti, because the way it's seeded. We don't have anyone from New Zealand, which is always good to avoid in the group stage if you can. And we've got Suva from Fiji, who I think we've played when we've been Ruritu in the past, who they're not a strong team. We've got PS United. It says it's from the Tuamotun Islands, because the way the countries are replaced. But again, they're not particularly strong side. I don't think they're often in the OCL. And then we've got Ericor GS, where they're from, Vanuatu, and I don't ever remember seeing them actually. They may have been in some of the O leagues that we've not played in, so we've not paid attention to, but I've not seen them. The Golden Star FC, I'm not expecting them to actually cause us a huge amount of problems. I'm confident that we're going to get through the group stage. And then after that, it's all about who we meet, because I don't think we'll be able to beat Moria. I don't think we'll be able to beat any of the New Zealand sides. But we'll try. We'll try our best. But before that, we've got the Ruritu match. So we're going to play Ruritu in the Mutiny Trophy. We've got Bora Bora in the Premiership, which I'll skip over. And then we'll come back in the next episode for these three. We'll just do a longer episode where we play these matches and get them done, dusted, and hopefully through. And then I'll probably come back for the Moria match. This one's been rescheduled. We were originally meant to play this just before this final, but they've moved it. This is our run-in as well. So Moria, Skybrights, Papete, Takaroa, Tetaroa, Motuon, and Spearheads. This is probably the hardest match, followed by Skybrights. The rest of these matches are really winnable. They really, really are. So we could have a good run right at the end of the season. We could really make a push for the title if we can just make sure we get some points here. If we lose to Moria, the gap between us and them becomes so huge. We'll see. So it goes. Bora Bora should be a hard match as well. But before that, our final. I think it was the last episode actually we played the Humpbacks in the league. And at that point, after that match, it means we played... what does it mean we played? What we're talking about? Lost my train of thought. It means we played them 8 times, lost 6, drawn twice. We have never beaten them, but this is our chance. Maybe they're not going to take this one seriously because it's the Mutiny Trophy, and maybe we'll beat them. So let's try and sort out our squad. We want Bond back in the side. Let's get Muller on for Stroud. That's a much better link between the two of them already. Smith starting. After we bought Smith, his value shot to like 21,000, which isn't a huge amount for players in this league anymore, especially not for Ruru players, which he's a former Ruru player, but for us, he's our most valuable player instantly since arriving. Chitty Bang's had a bit of a lean patch, but so has Tamangara, but Chitty Bang and Chitty Bang Bang and Tamangara, it's a pairing I quite like, so I'm going to try and keep that. We're going to bring on Monier, the bench as well. Right, let's try this. Everyone's relatively fit, well and rested, apart from Muller, because he's not had as many games recently because Stroud's been playing. Awesome. I'm saying awesome because if you see these different colours here, these are all youth players. O'Brien, Newham, Nagamatua, Collier and Dunn, all youth players. And again, some of these players here aren't their first choice. They are first teamers, but they're not first choice. But some of their youth ones are quite good. So Andy O'Brien is actually quite a good player. I think I've had him scouted. He's not, he's not shabby. 56 and 123 for this kind of youth player is not terrible. Newham, Gambier, we tried to sign him. I'm pretty sure we tried to sign him. Scout him as well. Where did he come from? Mangraver moved away. I would quite like to get him for our side at some point if we could. He looks okay for a youth left winger. Doesn't look any worse than that Malo Michel guy who scored that overhead kick against us in the last video. So all their youth players look decent-ish. He's not very good. I think he's the weakest of those youth players we've looked at. But they all look... This is still a strong team, but this is our best chance at getting some kind of win. Okay, so let's be aggressive. Avenge yourselves. Maybe hard. Yeah. Can't remember how long he's been injured, but yeah. Itching to set the record straight. I'm going to try and do some shouts as well to get them going. Not obviously from the start, because that would be a bit weird. Let's see, we've not changed much in the way of... Our team's not changed, so the transfer deadline has passed. We've not got rid of anyone. We've not brought anyone in apart from Smith. The transfer window was quite quiet. I think the most that got spent by a team was about $5,000, which is a big change since the sort of start of the database. So more money is being spent, but it was a quieter window. There's less free moves as well, so there's nothing too tense going on transfer-wise. What was that? Skim the top of the bar. In from the throw-in, and Manuel just skied it a bit. Because I've got Manuel, and because also his backup Bauman's quite good, I'm really interested in maybe getting an inside forward role for them. Because he's very good, I think I mentioned before, at taking players on and then cutting in and running inside and sort of driving forward. He's almost that kind of Ramdeuter role, actually. Maybe he'd be better at that. I like the idea of maybe giving him more of an attacking role, so he's more of an attacking outlet. And Spearlin, Bon, Frey. That is the softest penalty I've seen in a long time. That is a travesty. Bon Jean-Baptiste. There we go. Jean-Baptiste don't care. He's not going to sky it or refuse to score out of fairness. There we go, 1-0. 1-0 to Turtengegi. The wings flying high. All the other cliches you can think of involving airplanes. Soaring above them. Yeah, I'm not going to bother. Not very good at that. We've also kept them shut out for this half. They've not had a shot on target. Maybe this just is because they've put a poor team in front of us because they don't care about the cup. With other things they want to be doing. They're not in the OCL, so they're not worrying about that. But please to keep this going. I'm actually going to bring Tamangara off. Oh. Got Wallace on there. What happened to Wallace? I've moved Wallace off by accident. Chabert goes on there. Just because Tamangara's not been playing amazingly well recently. Like he's been snatching at chances. He did set a goal up a couple of games ago. He did score the last game against Marquesas Society. He's not been prolific. I think we've played him a lot in a row. I'm tempted to give him a break for the next couple of games. And with the OCL coming up, I'll probably go a strong team first match, rest and rotate second match, and then sort of go for a half. Oh, Manuel. Offside completely. And he's offside there. He's offside for a long time. He's not even the furthest player forward as well. Not just him who's offside. Kind of reminds me of... you ever played Championship Manager 99, 2000? Or even 2000, 2001? There was a trick that was recommended in some of like the Prima strategy guides and things like that, where if you got your strikers to mark the opposition goalkeeper, they would get more shots. And they might score more goals. But they also got more goals ruled off for being offside because they were just hanging around the keeper all the time. Right, let's make some subs. Let's bring on Kerr for Spieling. Bauman on for Manuel. 1-0 is not a huge kind of gap for us. It's not safe, but if they've only had one shot on target, this could be it. 5 minutes left to go. Sell out capacity crowd. Let's see us actually win some silverware. Inching closer. 807 of them. We see history made. Our first win against the Humpbacks. Brought Twig on. We gave Twig his chance. Oh, that would be shameful if that went in. It was very calmly done by Smith. Good with the ball at his feet. Go on, Muller. Time wasting going on now. I've not told them to do this, and also I've forgotten to do any kind of shouts. Never mind. There we go. 1-0 against the team mainly of kids, although by the end I think they brought on a few more players. Let's look at the player ratings. So yeah, towards it they brought on Beauvalet, brought on McCormack, brought on Twig. Who this Glenn Maker is. Oh good, that's what he is. Brought on Stephen Curry as well. He's quite good. They had a strong bench. They brought on a few extras to try and see if they could tip it, but we beat their team of boys. Passionate, written off. I don't care that they put a weak team out. We've beaten them. We've won the Mutineer Pride Trophy. It's a good start. We've got the silverware coming in now. So we've won the Mutiny Trophy. Let's look at the we've led them to glory. Very happy. I hate this bit. This sort of success we had the capacity to achieve from the beginning. But did we though? Because we've just beaten the Humpbacks. The Humpbacks are one of the best, biggest teams in our Tahiti database. So yeah, maybe we're better than all the other teams, but you still have to beat them in the final. So it's not like we always have the capacity. And they want to downplay it, that's fine. It's not got a high rep, this trophy. It's just meant to be a throwaway one. But the good thing is we've won it. It also now means we're going to go into the Shield of Pride at the end of the year, which is another trophy we could potentially win, depending on who else we end up against. And you can see there with the kind of past winners, we have finally broken Rurutu's dominance, at least briefly. So we've had 2 final appearances prior to this against them where we've lost, and then now we've snuck in. And if we look at our There's our trophy cabinet. There we go. One extra addition to the trophy cabinet. You know, we're building things here. We've not got a huge amount in there. We've won the French Polynesian Island Championship. We won the Mutineer Pride Trophy and been runner-up twice to that. So that's fine. I don't mind that. Why is Daniel Holt apparently? Well, yeah, he's a hot prospect for the future. So yeah, there we go. We have won our first cup. We've added it to our silverware. We've got our first win against the Humpbacks, even though they put out a particularly weak team. For some reason, we're now worth £2 million. I'm not quite sure why that is. Is it because we're the USCL and we've got this all-seater? Yeah, it's probably just that, isn't it? But there we go. Thanks very much for watching, guys. If you've liked it, please let me know. Comment. If you're not already subscribed, subscribe. What I'll be doing in kind of future episodes is just carrying on with this. But for FM20, I've got a few plans where there'll be another Tahiti save, but there's going to be a kind of regions as nations save, where for the UK, each region I'm going to turn into its own country. Keep the league system as it is, but I'm going to take Yorkshire to the World Cup, hopefully. I'll be doing those kind of things. So if you're interested in that and you're thinking, you know, what do I want to watch when FM20 comes out, consider subscribing, keeping me in mind for that. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, go onto Twitter, so at FM Tahiti, and have a chat with me there if you want, or have a look at what I've been sort of writing on Dictate the Game as well. Thanks very much.